Yeah. Back again. B&D
We back.
for the real ones.
Man,
BlkPrint.
I've been in this seat in a long time.
About 3 weeks.
Yeah, about 3 weeks.
About 3 weeks.
Little vacation.
I feel shitty because I was supposed to have got an office chair mad long ago for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. You know, I'm dealing with it.
J5 back in the building.
I'm dealing with it. It's crazy that people sit in these chairs for like whole wrestling events.
Oh, yeah. 3 hours, 4 hours sometimes.
Well, most of they be standing up anyway, right?
I mean, front row, nah, because you're like in front row is weird because you're right, like that's like directly in front of somebody.
Oh, yeah.
So whenever I've been like front row, I try and like when it's like a high point, you'll stand up and then you'll be like, oh shit, it's like.
You know, I'm one of those people that don't give a fuck. If you behind me, I was just at a concert recently, and it happened to me. People were in front of me and they stood up, and I'm like, well, my decision is to sit, so I just gotta live with this. That's all that I think about being on the plane too sometimes, and when you like lean your seat back.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about that because I feel like somebody would do it to me.
Yeah, well, I feel the same way. I'm just like, hey man, it does it, so I'm gonna do it.
Have you ever like put your foot back and like tap somebody's toes? Like when you
oh yeah, under the thing,
yeah,
like the back of their foot or some shit like that. That's happened to me before.
Economy Chronicles.
Yeah.
J5 back in the building. Josh Pease, we back again. Mark MC also via satellite.
That type of situation on planes doesn't piss y'all off.
What?
I try to beat people to leaning the seat back and try to like put a laptop on it so that they're like, hey, then you realize that you can't do it.
Bro, on my flight.
But you could do it with the laptop still though, right?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I'm leaning my seat back regardless.
With my
the laptop be like right here.
That's on you.
My flight back from Japan, there was a crying baby and it was in front of us.
Oh, I got noise canceling, so I don't even hear them shits.
I didn't hear the baby either, but it got to a point where like the baby would just it was like a nighttime flight too, and it was literally these two, I guess, grandparents, and they had a baby. No toy for the baby, no pacifier, no nothing, no blankets, no nothing. They were just holding the motherfucker for the whole 9 hours.
That's tough.
And would just cry. They pick up the baby, walk back and forth. The baby would just cry and shit. I'm like, yo, y'all don't have nothing to stimulate this kid to make them feel, you know what I mean? Okay. Like they didn't have nothing. It was crazy. Like I had never seen anything like it before. Usually the parents will have like a, and then tell me why 6 a.m. I'm asleep and I start smelling something. And I'm like, nah, I know this baby didn't just take a shit.
Oh yeah, man, it's a baby.
But I mean, yeah, of course. But it was like, do they have a diaper to take the baby a shit? Why they change the baby right in the seat and not take it to the bathroom?
Oh, nah.
Crazy.
I look up, all I see is baby ass with shit in it, and they changing the baby right there. I'm like, bro, are y'all most ignorant, trifling people I ever seen? Sorry.
That's actually pretty crazy.
Like, I've never seen anything like that before. Mark's face is like, what?
I'm just wondering, like, can't you get a refund for that? I read the report that said, it wasn't a report, but it was a story that was like a dog was gassy for like 10 plus hours on a plane and niggas got full refunds.
Really?
Yeah.
I swear.
There's been a lot.
Hard to believe. I don't know about flight. I don't know. I mean, I guess.
There's been a lot of shit on planes lately.
Yeah, didn't somebody have explosive diarrhea?
Yeah, they had to stop.
Oh, that's...
There's been a lot of shit on planes lately. But I really should email American Airlines. Let me just get on my rant about American Airlines before I talk about where I've been for the past 2 weeks. I'm about to go to Japan. My flight is at midnight, so this is like after we recorded BlkPrint Radio. I fucking zoomed to the airport right after we recorded that show that night. We're sitting there. It's about 11:40. We're supposed to board the plane. We're still waiting. They said, "Hey y'all, we're actually gonna have to delay this flight until 2 p.m. tomorrow."
That's crazy. I'd got on the plane and been like, nah.
There were people in that gate that had lived in Japan.
Oh shit.
That were like, I have to go home because I have to work tomorrow. I have to get home because I have to do all this. There were people who had kids.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, go to a hotel and go and we'll get you a hotel and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, you gonna get us all a fucking hotel?
Oh yeah, they should give everybody vouchers.
I didn't get one, but I'm gonna ask for one.
Yeah, you should at least get a flight voucher of some sort.
I left the email or I left the complaint that day. Guess how much the credit was that they gave me?
How much?
$30.
Oh, that's crazy. That's wild. Yeah. Hey man, that's why. Shout out to Delta, man.
I ain't have my Karen in me. So I'm gonna see if my wife can send a email or call them or something like that, because I feel like I didn't get the expected response that I wanted.
Oh, I'll be going up over anything. If Wi-Fi spotty on the flight, I'll send an email, complaint. I need some extra miles. Delta's actually pretty good about that too. They don't really give up too much of a fight when you ask for anything. One of the last flights I was on, I forgot where I was going. I don't know. I might have been coming back to LA from Vegas.
Yeah.
And the flight was overbooked. And they were like asking people
to give up their seat.
Yeah, but they were like giving $10,000. Or not 10,000, I'm sorry.
I was about to say what?
They're like 2,000.
Yeah.
I almost gave my shit up.
Yeah.
Like 2,000.
That's the flight back? I mean, that's the flight back.
That's more than the flight back. I was coming back from Vegas to LA. That shit is like $100 flight.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Like Delta's pretty good about that shit. They have been under the radar recently though. They just changed their miles program and
people hated it.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's like basically you have to buy $18,000 worth of tickets to get to platinum. I think it is, or diamond maybe, platinum or diamond. I think it is. But and it used to be a lot cheaper. And the thing is, like, before it's like you could spend on flights, hotels, the miles you accrue, that all went towards your medallion status. Yeah. Now it's just how much you spend, which is where the big crux is with everybody.
Because then, I mean, flights as they are expensive. Honestly, you might get to that 18,000 very quickly.
Yeah, no, honestly, I mean, you take 9 fucking first class flights, you're there.
Yeah.
I don't know, like it's tough sledding, but I'm gonna stick with Delta. I like just
they're changing it though. They're changing it though, right?
Yeah, I know. I don't know if they're changing it back. I haven't heard anything about changing it back.
I know. I saw they made a statement saying that they were gonna make some revisions. I don't know if they did it yet.
Yeah, look like this statement was tough luck, niggas.
I'm trying to find like the best place to kind of put my faith. Like United, I got a lot of miles with them. I fly with them very often. I like United. They're cool. I fuck with American. Never again. Never again, bro.
My thing about Delta and why I kind of am loyal to them is that they go everywhere direct.
Yes.
Where a lot of other places have to get like layovers and things like that. Mm-hmm. And then Delta has like good lounges. Like I just went to New Orleans, and like before I went to New Orleans, I went to the lounge, and like they had fucking Peruvian food. And then they had like a taco bar and free drinks at the bar.
That's the real. Hold on, let me. Right there, but that's the real key. Like as you get older, is getting into those like flight clubs and stuff like that. Like getting into the platinum club and all that shit. Like that's the real key. I've never been in one.
Oh no, you gotta experience it. I'm luckily my flight companion is platinum, so I'm getting in everything, no problem. I sat in the seat that Coolio sat in before he died.
Okay.
Funny story. So I'm at the bar LAX.
What did that have to do with anything?
I'm just telling you, I'm at the bar at the LAX Delta Lounge, and we just like I'm talking to the bartenders, we laughing it up, blah blah blah, and then they're like, I don't know how they were talking about it, and they were like, oh yeah, Coolio came here like right before he passed because he like flew into LA, came to the bar, then went somewhere, and then passed away wherever he went, like, fentanyl overdose or some shit. But they were like, yeah, he sat in that seat right there, and like pointed at me. I'm like, this seat. He's like, yeah, he sat here. I'm like, oh shit.
Secrets revealed right there.
So R.I.P. Coolio. Shout out to the Delta bartenders. Love y'all.
But I was starting to feel like my trip to Japan was cursed.
Why?
I tell you, like I was starting to feel like it was truly cursed. And I say this because for me, like Japan has always been one of my like bucket list shit where it's almost seems like it's like unattainable type thing where it's just like I was like I don't think I could do it, you know what I mean? Like, but obviously you can.
But what gave you that connotation?
I think it came from just like a lot of things in my own life. I've kind of like mentally you kind of block yourself out from being able to do certain things.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think I'm definitely a victim of that because it's like. I come from a place that's a smaller place, and I never really. A lot of people where I'm from never like aspire to be like a lot of different things. So like LA was like moving to LA was like, oh man, for real. Like LA to a lot of people in the East Coast just seems unattainable. It seems so far. It's not that far, y'all. Like it seems far. Yeah. It seems like it's just all out of the way. And so Japan to me felt like I gotta have $1 million to go. I gotta be able to do this, and this. But like when I got my tickets, and I bought my tickets for my birthday, like that was like my gift to myself. I was like, I really want to do this. I was like, wow, I'm really about to do it. What's gonna go wrong? Like this whole time, I'm like,
you can't think like that,
what's
man.
gonna go wrong? Because again, like I'm used to having like the like the Charlie Brown football thing. I'm used to having the football kind of like taken away when I'm about to kick, right? So I had all this stuff planned. I planned the trip out to a T, almost too much, like because I was like trying to make sure everything went well, and I have like a really bad, and I didn't think that I was this way, but like I'm kind of a perfectionist a little. And I never really thought that I was, but it kind of came out during this whole trip planning thing. So I was like, I'm going to get my hair done, get a haircut, and then go. And then I was like, we're going to get a car to take us to the hotel. Tell me why damn near none of these things happened.
Nah, because I think the things before you leave, like the grooming shit, you got to figure it out. But I never, were you trying to do that the day of?
No. So my hair I left Wednesday, right? So Tuesday I was supposed to get Wednesday I was supposed to get my hair done in the morning.
Yeah.
Tuesday happens. I'm supposed to get my hair cut by the same Mexican dude I told y'all about episodes ago. Tell me why I went over there. I see him like in his car. Like sounds completely stereotypical, but I swear to God it's true. He was working on his truck in the parking lot. I'm telling you the truth. And I say, "What's up?" And he's like, "What's up?" He hops in his car, drives away, and doesn't come back.
Wait, you had an appointment?
Yes.
Oh, nah. I'm like, where you going, nigga?
Drives away, never comes back. I'm sitting there like, and everybody, all of his coworkers are like, did he leave? And I was like, yeah. I was like, do you know where you went? He was like, I have no clue. They're calling him. They don't know where he is. He's not answering the phone. I'm like, bro, like my heart pumping at this point because I'm like, bro, I'm on a time crunch. I can't go there with no haircut. I had to end up getting my haircut by like the main, like the owner of the shop.
Yeah.
He did a really good job. I'm not gonna lie. But he was like, man, that really sucks. And I was like, yeah, it does. But I was like, everything will be fine. I got my haircut. Get back home. I get a text from my hairdresser. She said, I gotta push your appointment back because my grandmother just passed away. And I said,
oh shit. Because you can't really fight the grandmother.
You can't fight that.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
So I'm looking around looking for another loctician in the valley, and I'm like, I was like, in my heart, I'm like, it's probably wrong for me to just go find somebody else because she had like a fucking terrible. To me, it is wrong. Hear me out. I have a really like good relationship with my hairdresser. You know what I'm saying? And like I won't be able to find that. And doing locks is like very like you have a specific style, and if somebody else doesn't do it that same way or doesn't do it the way that you like it, then it's not going to be the best. And I wanted to do something. I wanted to like get a style and all that shit. It could be whack. I wouldn't have been able to. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be able to go back. Yeah, like I would have been. I know that she's good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anyone else is good. And plus, they charging $300 at that point to get my hair done. And I'm like, nah, I'm good because my hair is super long now. So I was like, I had to take the L on the hair on the hair shit. In fact, I still haven't heard from her. I'm actually afraid to text her like, hey, you back yet?
Oh man, you got at least send a little. You good?
You good? Everything all right?
You got at least send the you good text.
What was the style? You were gonna go 2014 Thugs?
No, I just wanted to. I on the plane, you don't really want your hair in your face, and I think that was the main thing that I was facing was that like my hair is in my face the whole time, so I had to like put my hair up or back or whatever. But I would have had it like braided, and so that's how I would have went. But I was like, yo, this trip is seeming a little cursed.
Power of the mind, man. You can't think like that.
So then the delay happens.
Yep.
And I'm like, fuck,
that's
trip.
tough.
I was like, yo, I'm really not in my mind, and I know it's fucked up to think this, right? I literally texted my therapist like, it's happening. It's cursed. I'm not gonna be able to go. Like, I'm still gonna be here Friday. And not like obviously we got on the plane, we were able to go and everything happens. But when we get off the plane, I ordered a car. But I didn't know that like I expected them to not speak the language, but it's like when you get off the plane in Japan, it is a complete sensory overload.
Yeah, it's
like,
a lot. It's
a lot going on. There's people going all types of places. There's people coming in, coming out. It's completely different. Nothing is in your language out there. Like when you first get off the plane, at least nothing's in your language. At least like the big things like restroom, ticket counter, all of that is kind of in English. Everything else is like, where the fuck am I? I can't find the driver. I'm calling. They're like, because they've been texting me, and we were late, obviously. So that they were like, "Yo, we're gonna have to charge you more." They wanted to charge me $13 pissy ass more for being late, which is fine.
Yeah.
But the issue was we were trying to get off the plane and rush to the car so much I didn't get any fucking yen when we got off the plane.
Oh shit. I mean, which isn't that big of an issue. I feel like a lot of places take cards. You figure it out there.
But he didn't want it to get paid through card. He wanted some fucking yen.
Yeah, honestly, I was doing Ubers, and then once I had some yen, I took a couple cabs because they just were more available.
Yeah.
But Uber works out there.
So the guy's like, and he's translating through the translator app, and I'm pretty sure that it's coming off the wrong way because he's like, I'm pretty sure he was like, can you please pay me? And the translator said, you better pay me 2,500 yen. And I'm like, hold on, nigga, what? So he's taking us all around the area trying to find the ATM that could take our card. I'm tired as hell. Certain ATMs in Japan don't take American cards. Like, you're just not allowed to take yen out. And he was like, oh, you don't have a Union Pay card. We're going to take you to 7-Eleven.
I was going to say 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven has their own branch of ATMs that works primarily for foreigners.
Yep.
The only issue is it's a steep cost. You have to take out 10,000 yen every single time. And that's $70. So like, you don't have a choice. Like, you can't take anything less than 10,000 yen out, which is fine because the 70,000 will pretty much get you through the whole week if you're there a week or so with travel or with trains and shit like that. We finally got that. I actually overpaid him and he said, wait, he gave me change. I said, what the fuck? I was like, oh, y'all don't tip over here. So I figured that out. And then after that, the trip was, I was on my way, but it was seeming touch and go there for me. I thought it was cursed.
Yeah, man, you can't, power of the mind, bro. You can't think like that. That's one thing that I've learned, and even just meditating, bro. Like, whatever you believe is damn near truth and fact. And once you start putting those negative thoughts into the air, you're gonna start to see the negative in things more than anything.
I usually don't think that way, but I think that I had put so much stock in this trip that I was like, if it doesn't happen, then like my whole world will be crushed. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll just be a wrap for me. But it was like I ended up, we ended up getting there, and for like just walking out in the streets that night was crazy. The first night we went to a Fury. The ramen place.
Yeah.
Wow. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, Fury ramen is great. They got one in LA now too, downtown.
Is it as good?
It's the same. Honestly, it's the same.
Okay.
That's the one thing about Japan too, is like, just traveling in general for me. Like, I don't like to have so much of an itinerary. It's like, there's the things that I want to hit, but also it's like, I'm on vacation. So I want to be leisurely with just the time I wake up and the time I go and do things. And like, once you start to put so many guardrails around, like, we got to do this at 2:00 and then this at 3, it's like, you're going to start to not have fun because you're running from place to place.
I didn't plan much. The only thing I planned was Disney and the Team Lab Planet.
Oh, yeah. Team Labs, you got to plan. Well, in Disney's, I'm assuming, too, because you have to buy a ticket.
In Disney, like, honestly, let's just be clear. Japan was hot as fuck. It was 90 degrees, 90% humidity every single day. I had to buy clothes there.
Oh, shit.
Because all of the t-shirts, I had to save t-shirts for nighttime because it was so fucking hot. And the hotel didn't have laundry service, so we couldn't wash our clothes there, which it wasn't, I mean, the hotel was fantastic. That was very minor inconvenience. But I was like, every time because like the first day we went there, we went to Shibuya, and we were not prepared. I was wearing pants.
Oh, yeah, walking around Shibuya is a lot.
I was
walking up hills and shit.
Had a book bag on. Yeah. It was too much shit. I literally felt disgusting when we got back to the room, but it was like sensory overload. Once again, it's like it is a beautiful place, but it is a place that moves on its own dime. They don't care if there's foreigners out there. They're still gonna do what they're gonna do out there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they still moving on their own time. They still doing what they got to do. The train was just was a different like experience for me. I don't know if you took the train a lot when you're out there, but I love it.
Yeah, no,
I'm not a train guy.
Yeah, it's on time. It's clean. If it's late, they gonna let you know. They're like, yo, it's running 2 minutes late. It's gonna come 2 minutes later. The train, I took the train a lot. Like, I took the train outside of the city towards where did I go? And I took the train to to the forest where they have like it's where they have like deer and shit. Yeah. I took the train a lot while I was out there.
Yeah. I think the furthest we went was Disney and Odaiba, and that's because that's where the Gundam store was that I went to. But figuring that out was really dope. And the thing that let me feel like it let me know that it was like safe in there and it was clean. We was going up an escalator, and one of the city workers was there, and he had like a rag of like cleaning solution and bleach and shit, and he just had it on the rail as it was like going up. And I was like, yo, like they're really serious about cleanliness there. And on the train, it's quiet. Ain't nobody fucking doing backflips and shit on the train. Ain't nobody trying to panhandle. Ain't nobody trying to sell you nothing. Yeah, none of that. No begging on there. They have like reserved seating for like pregnant and older people.
Yeah,
we were actually there during Respect the Elderly Day. It was like a Monday where it was like a holiday where people go to visit their loved ones and their eldest loved ones and stuff like that. So like there was a bunch of older people out there, and it was really cool to just see. I think more than anything, what I took away from it was two things. Their culture, for one. I feel like we disrespect that shit so much out here. Sushi alone. It's disrespectful. Why the fuck? I came back like, damn, why the fuck do we have imitation crab meat in this shit?
You gotta. That's and I hear you. I hear you 1,000%. You know, shit gets bastardized everywhere. That's like hip hop.
Yeah.
Why do they have dreads out in Japan? It's just how the thing, how the culture exchanges.
I definitely saw it, but she looked like a mixed Japanese black girl, but she definitely had long ass braids.
I went to a Jamaican spot the first time I went out there.
No way.
Yeah, it's a Jamaican spot out there.
I went to a burger
actually
spot
not that bad.
That was like the first burger spot in Japan, and they was making burgers like us, and I was like, low key make burgers better than us. But that was the first thing I learned about the culture, and also the way that they live is like it's not too much. It's just enough for what they do, how they live, how they eat. Like the Cokes they give you are like this tall.
Yeah, that's the one thing. The portions are like different, and that's. I mean, America's just we got
gluttonous.
Yeah, and I noticed that in Paris too. But our portions are just over the top.
They're too much.
Yeah, that's one thing that I really appreciate about Japan too. Is like, yo, they're gonna give you what you need.
Yeah, like I felt as though like coming back, I was like, I feel like I live. And there's nothing wrong with it. I feel like it is what it is. But like we live in abundance out here. Like everyone's doing it big. And I feel like I want to not scale it back, but I want to look at the things that are most important and what I should be going 2 times, 4 times, 5 times on, and maybe scaling that back. Like just with food, with anything, because they're fine. You know what I mean? The way that they live out there is fine, and that should be good enough for me too. And I just came away from it just feeling like very different about the way that I live my own life. And it was really cool to, for the first time, kind of like see other people's culture and just be ingratiated in it. Like they really, really live their own type of lives out there. These motherfuckers are drinking coffee in 90-degree weather.
Oh yeah, no, I mean they have their customs and practices that they don't waver from
at all.
I think that's something that's really cool.
How much water did you drink out there?
I drank a ton.
Because they don't drink, they don't even really offer it.
Yeah, it's like you kind of got to act type shit. But I'm my own person that just keeps a bottle of water with me.
Okay.
It's the Air Wine with me now.
Oh man.
But yeah, one thing I do like about them and water is like, well, this is Paris too, but like they have so many different types of water. And
yes.
Like the water wall. Like I went to a store one day and was just buying different types of water just to try them.
Yes. Here there is flavored water.
Yep.
That I accidentally bought one time, or we accidentally bought it at Disney. We were fucking dying at Disney, bro.
Oh man.
That was about to be my 13th reason, bro. Like Disney was it, bro. Like I wanted to go to Disney because I was still thinking it wasn't going to be hot out there. Yeah. So we get out there. It's beautiful, by the way. The Disney out there is awesome. It's something nice to do with my wife. We've been to the California Disney. Why not go to the Japan Disney? Not many people can do that, right? Mm-hmm. So we get there. It's super beautiful. Literally, as soon as we get there, I'm like, yo, I made a huge mistake. This is a bad idea. This is awful. I ate so much there, which was also a bad idea. But again, I had to go buy clothes to make sure. I had to go to Stussy and buy like a rack of t-shirts just so that I could survive for the rest of the week in Japan, which shout out to Stussy Tokyo. They're super helpful over there. But it was definitely like a moment where like they really like loved the experience out there. They're all cosplaying out there. They all was dressed as like princesses and fucking all types of things. Star Wars don't exist out there. So they didn't have a Star Wars section or none of that shit. They don't fuck with it. They fuck with everything else but Star Wars.
That's interesting.
Like they don't like all of like the super Americanized shit like Marvel.
Yeah, I mean I can see that.
Yeah, because they have their own shit out there that's like their own spectacle. But it was a cool experience. It was just like so fucking hot. Like it was like I felt like I could sleep 2 days after we did that whole trip. I came back like 4 shades darker. I'm 4 shades darker now since I've been out there. But like just the shopping, yo.
Yeah, that's always my favorite part. I did a ton of shopping out there, and I just feel like it's like the way they respect the shopping experience is just different. Like
they walk you out the door, Mark.
Oh yeah,
when you get a bag, they walk you out the door, hand you the bag, and bow.
Yeah,
I said that's hard, but you know what? They didn't do that with the niggas that live there. They did that with the tourists only.
I didn't notice. That's interesting.
Because when I bought a pair of Bapes out there, I never had a pair of Bapes before.
Oh shit!
And so I bought my first pair out there.
Which ones you buy?
They're up there. Like I got some. They're like horsehair. That's there all the way at the top right there.
I can't see them from here.
Oh, yeah,
I see them.
They're like horsehair. I never had a pair before, and so and plus they're like $100 cheaper out there than they are out here. Like it's fucking crazy. But he walked me to the door, bowed. I said, "Wow, I feel like the man."
I'm about to say they don't do that on Rodeo.
Hell no.
Oh, they might, Rodeo. They might walk you out.
Loss prevention walking you out.
Nah, they might. Certain stores might on Rodeo. It depends.
Loss prevention walk you. The way they doing smash and grabs out there, they walking shit out.
Yeah, the Japan shopping experience is just top tier.
Different.
Like they just even the architecture of the stores is dope. Like the Babe, you went to one in Shibuya.
Yeah,
like that's just a dope store to be in.
Had the conveyor belt of all of the previous Bape shoes that they've ever had, like the partition in the middle of the store between it.
Yeah.
Just where it's surrounded. I went to the Parco as well.
Oh, okay.
The Parco is like a 8th floor, and that's another thing about Japan. We tend to build outward here as far as architecture. They build upwards.
Yeah.
They are vertical there, so it's like every floor in the Parco is like a square. And it has like an ambush store, has a Stone Island store. It has like the Wave fucking. They had a small human made pop up there that I couldn't get into because it was just slammed. It was literally like a fucking corridor. That's how big this shit was.
It's on the. Is it in the first floor?
It's in the first floor.
Yeah, that's just always that. That was. I remember I went a couple years back and I went to Human Made there and I was like, oh, this is a line out the door.
Exactly.
Like
it was
for 4 t-shirts.
I was never able to get in there because the line was just so crazy. And then at the top, you got the Nintendo store, Pokemon store, which I stepped into. When I went to the Parco the first time, I didn't know we were in the Parco.
Yeah, because it's like right in the thick of shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, you like, oh shit. Like,
he was walking in to get out the heat.
That's where the Justin Davis is actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's like right there, right next to Human Made.
They might have changed it because they had different activations there. Okay. So like I because what it was next to there was like another designer store.
Okay.
It was a different designer store. I think it was it Dior? I think it was next to Dior at that point.
Okay.
But that's crazy because I definitely was like trying to get in there and I definitely would have noticed my name if I had seen that shit.
I always see it. I'm like, oh shit.
But we didn't know we were in there the first time because I was trying to get like Pokemon stuff for like people like meals and a couple people I was like, oh, they fuck with Pokemon. I was gonna grab them something and I was like, let's go back later because like I feel like every single day that me and my wife were there, we got better at being in Japan, and I feel like that was like the best part was like I got better at the trains. We got better at knowing how to prepare ourselves. We bought like the little portable fan, so we never like it was still hot, but we were less hot than we were like the first couple of days. And then we hopped on the train like 8 a.m. We was there with all the people going to work and shit. Japanese people love waiting in line, by the way.
Oh yeah, they wait in line for anything.
They was queued up for the Parco, but they weren't rude with it, which was dope.
Oh yeah, no, they're gonna queue up by themselves with no they don't need any type of leadership queuing ideas, and they just get there.
No fucking static whatsoever. When the doors open, everyone moved in accordingly. Up the escalators, got off where they wanted to get to. No one was pushing. Nobody was fucking fighting. Nobody was like. Some people let me go first. Like that's how polite they were in there. And then I moved into the Pokemon store. All of that shit. It was dope. Like again, I hate to compare. Like I was telling Josh for the show. Like I hate to like compare Japan to everything, but like they just do things so organized there, bro. Like it's hard to kind of come back and be like, damn, like a line here is like. Rude and unruly and niggas trying to elbow you in and shit like that. It wasn't like that out there.
Did you get a chance to go over to like the Ginza area?
I did not. I wanted to. And that was my main thing. It was just so hot.
Yeah,
like, it was just tough to.
It's hot over there too.
Yeah,
it's all like tall buildings. Ginza feels almost like Manhattan to me.
Yeah,
but that's where like the Dover Street is, and then there's a
because Akabahara. Akibahara felt like fucking Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Like
little
Akibahara,
cooler.
yeah, like it felt like fucking like everywhere felt like another city. But I think that was my main regret, was that it was so hot that we had to choose our spots, because it was like, if we're gonna overheat out here. Like it's too crazy to just hop from section to section. We only places we didn't hit was Harajuku and Ginza, and I really regret that.
Yeah, Harajuku's cool. Like that's comparable to Shibuya.
Yeah.
A lot of just shops and walking. And, yeah. But Ginza's cool. Like Ginza, they have the Muju store, which is like the flagship. So it's like 7 stories.
Oh,
it's like
wow.
a cafe in the bottom. But Muju's like one of them interesting brands and companies where it's like they make everything.
Yes.
So it's just cool to see like all this shit they make. Like they have like this little tea section where you can make your own type of tea, like with different blends and mixes. And then upstairs is like the home goods. And they got art and a library on the roof. It's all type of different shit.
We went to the Muji out there, and I like the stationary stuff they had there too. Like that was pretty dope. And again, like everything they do, every store out there has everything in it. Everything you might need. Like even the Daiso. We have Daisos out here. The Daiso out there is literally like their fucking Rite Aid or their fucking Party City. They had everything in there. Like I went to a cat cafe too.
Oh yeah, I walked past a couple. I'm like, I ain't trying to pet no cats.
It's chill.
I ain't trying to pet no cats.
Well, my wife went crazy in there.
Yeah,
she wants a fucking cat.
It's definitely a woman thing.
Yeah.
What's a cat cafe?
So you go in there and you pay like maybe $10 to get in, and after every 15 minutes you pay like an extra 4 or 5 or something like that. And you go in there, you can play video games, you can chill, you can read, you can play board games, and there's cats all around you, and they might come up to you and come kick it. I think like the idea is that for like all the hustling, but because it's right in the middle of the city, like there's multiple ones in the city. So I guess the idea is like, if you want to get away from like the hustle and bustle of what's going on and just chill and kind of decompress, you can go to a cat cafe and chill with some sleeping ass cats. Like, and you could just kick it. You could buy them like treats and shit, and they can eat it. It's very like on the outset initially, it's weird.
It's very weird. That's why I haven't done it.
But when you get in there, it's like it's kind of chill. Like if you've been walking like how we was walking, it was hot. It was cool to just kick it in there and drink some water.
I get that. No, it makes sense. I think, like you said, for all the hustle and bustle of the city, it's a good respite to that. But I don't know. It feels a little weird to me.
Why does it feel weird?
I do a dog cafe.
They have one.
They have,
They
have
do?
Like, they got like different pet shops and shit. That's another thing about Japan too. Like their animal culture is a little different. Like they don't have big dogs.
No, all small.
Small dogs. So like you can go into the pet store and it's just a bunch of small fluffy dogs and shit. And it's like, oh shit.
Love little Yorkies.
Yeah.
I saw biggest dogs I saw was Frenchies. They fucking love them out there.
They got
too.
Frenchies out there.
They love Frenchies out there too. I mean, and again, it goes into like they're just enough culture. Like they don't have big houses or apartments. They can't have big dogs out there. Yeah. They literally can't. But I just had a really positive experience, man. Like I'm glad that I went. When I went to Akibahara, I saw some Tengas. Saw some Tengas out there.
You cop?
Nah, I was gonna cop for you and Josh, but
don't cop me no Tenga.
I thought y'all were gonna look at me funny.
Why not?
They just had
wall.
The fucking wall was empty. One of the shits was empty. One of the things in the case was empty.
You didn't get a chance to go to Don Quixote, right?
No, I didn't.
Man, I don't know why I'm just so interested in this store. It's like literally the Walmart of Japan, and like
they have Louis bags in there. I saw.
Yes, they have everything. They resell Louis shit in there. Like I'm so enthralled with this shop. Like every time I go, I at least spend a good 2 hour and a half maybe there. And I'm just like, yo, this shit's crazy. Like
we saw one. We saw multiple actually.
Yeah, because they're all over.
Yeah, but again, we're like moving. We're trying to like hit specific places, and I hit the Kith store out there, which was dope, and they're like 2 stories out there too. I'm really impressed by the sales associates out there because they keep one American there that know how to talk to us, and they send them to us every single time. They keep one out there.
Yeah, because they know a lot of people go there to do shopping. Yeah, like from other places like China and all over, so they kind of always know that they need to appeal to the foreigners and the tourists.
They're good, man. And I mean that's not even to speak of the food. I mean, I went to a sushi spot out there. I don't know how many you went to. You probably went to like mad sushi spots out there, but like seeing them make it in front of us. And I know I mentioned it before, like we disrespecting their culture. Like I didn't know that they ate it with their hands out there.
Yeah, no, they like, that's the thing. It's like they're and like if you're a tourist, they'll know. Like I mean,
Yeah.
us
Oh,
being
they
black,
know.
so they'll kind of
Yeah.
like lead you through the process. But like, yeah, seeing them make it in front of you is amazing. One spot and I was just talking about this over the weekend. I went to a tempura spot.
Yeah.
And like the tempura in Japan and the way they have it here is so different.
So different.
It's like coursed out, and it's like this whole experience, and it's different just items, and like I was blown away. Like that's one meal that I'm like can't wait to experience again when I go back to Japan.
I had some tempura with my dipping noodles. I went to a dipping noodle spot, which is like their McDonald's or fast food. Like, and that's another thing about them too. They don't want you sitting in there chilling too damn long.
Oh yeah, no, it's like eat and leave.
Yeah, eat and leave, because like you look at it, right, Mark, and you get in there and it's like the seating is like odd and the way that it's arranged is weird, but it's like you're seated there to eat and get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like they a lot of the rules are like no longer than an hour and a half or no longer than 45 minutes. Like they don't want you to be there like that fucking long. Fury has that rule. The one that we went to, it was just like we would see people because the seating is just literally just like this.
Yeah, it's
there's
like
no across
booths,
seating.
yeah.
Yeah, like there's no across seating. You would see people eat and they out because they got somewhere to be, and it's like and again it's like it's just enough. Like you get just enough. You already get the experience because you get to see them make it in front of you. They're fucking making the noodles right in front of us, all that shit. Like it's crazy how much they let us in on the experience.
Outside of the Cat Cafe, which was kind of like a quote unquote lounge, but technically you have to pay to lounge, which I guess kind of incentivizes, okay, if you want to kick it, you can kick it, you just got to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the only place, in fact, ironically, and that's a good point. It's the only place where you could just chill and kick it for a minute. Like, I mean, other than like, and again, Disney, like obviously they want you to stay there, but it's like it was definitely cool because I felt like it gave us more of our day back with that. We weren't just sitting in a restaurant for half of it. It was like they have places where they have like conveyor belt sushi, where it was like you pick the sushi you want, it'll come around in a conveyor belt, you eat it, and you get the fuck out of there. And that's another place where it's like they're standing up and eating it. Like you stand up, eat it, and then you just walk out.
Yeah, no, that's one thing that I really enjoy about Japan too, is that like the food culture is that's very much about the food and not so much about
sitting
all
down.
the shit around the food and drink. Like I mean drinks, they have drinks and bars like that too, but speaking of, did you go down I forget what it's called. Is it Golden Alley? It's like the alley. Oh, but you don't drink.
No.
It's like an alleyway with just like a bunch of bars like stacked on top of each other.
You know what's funny?
Crazy.
Like, my wife was like, I didn't see any bars. I was like, are you sure? Like there was a bar.
Yeah, there's bars right every corner. Yeah, she just wasn't.
Everywhere.
She's probably preconditioned not to look at them, just be with you. But there's bars everywhere. Like that's one thing I've noticed.
Come on, man.
That's one thing I just noticed about Japan. They're big on alcohol and liquor and stuff like that. But damn, yeah, I don't know. I like you talking about your trip is just like making me think back to mine, and like I can't wait to get back.
I gotta go with you.
Yeah, like I'm really trying to go in like probably like April. Like that's the time of year when everybody goes. The fucking cherry blossoms and all that shit.
It's the height of tourist season.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say that I was lucky about is that we didn't see many tourists when we were out there because it wasn't peak season. It's also fucking hot, so I guess that we kind of braved that because there weren't tourists there. But I mean, it's definitely a place to kind of change my perception and like really like made me appreciate something in a way that I didn't appreciate things before. And I'm going back.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back. I have to because I got to get a big titty statue.
Next time you go back, so you should try to go to like the other cities, like Kyoto.
I want to. Yeah.
Kyoto is like that's why I did the train ride to Kyoto last time I went, and that city is amazing. Has some of the best ramen I ever had in my life.
Really?
Yeah, literally some of the best ramen I've ever had in my life in Kyoto.
Then you get to take the train, you get to see like
you get to see Mount Fuji. Yeah, like you get to see the countryside.
Mark, let's go. Get your ticket, let's go.
Yeah, I would love a team trip. Last time I went with a few people too, and it was just cool to just be like, all right, like we're gonna do our own thing, we're gonna meet up. Like it was just a good vibe.
I feel like it's best. You know what I mean? Like I even went to like the fish market out there.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that because that's the spot. Remember I told you we went to sushi at like 6 a.m.?
Yeah.
That was the spot. It was over there.
We went to the fish market. We had like the skewers. I got some bomb ass Wagyu beef on a skewer out there. Had some great ice cream, and they don't play out there. When it's lunchtime's over, they pack up.
Oh yeah,
they pack all their shit up, and then they open back in 2 hours after that. And it was great, man. Everything was great. Other than the heat, I have no complaints about it, and I loved it out there. I want to stay out there longer next time. So that was Japan. I've been posting pictures now. I finally kind of unleashed the flood of pics, and I got to see the giant Gundam statue. So I did everything that I wanted to do.
Fire.
I did everything.
What's the plan? What's the plan for the next one? April?
Yeah.
Aren't we busy April? We got to see Roman Reigns get sent to hell in April.
We could do Philly then Japan.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Philly then Japan?
Yeah.
I was just talking to somebody about.
You think I got bands like that?
Hey man, make it work.
WrestleMania did not cost you that much this year, bro. I know that. I know your money.
It wasn't as much as Dallas.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But it was a good amount.
It's Philly. What are you doing? What recreationally are you doing in Philly? No offense to Philly, but what recreation?
They wilding in Philly right now. They riding and shit.
for what?
Shit. You see them like looting and shit in Philly? It's like they're like looting out there. This is random. It's like kids just being kids.
They must have heard the new Meek Mill song with Rick Ross. That's why they did it. I want to shout out somebody, Justin Hillian. Writer strikes over.
Oh shit! Yeah, shout out to all the writers and producers and Hollywood.
They won. They really won. The agreement they got. They get pension. They get health care. They get guaranteed. Like, you know, when they were doing a show and the show went into production, they would basically like stop paying them. Now they get paid when the show's in production, because sometimes they will ask. I think they will ask writers to touch up a script and stuff.
Oh yeah,
even when it's over with. Yep. So they get guaranteed on that. Residuals. They're getting residuals from streaming. The streaming studios have to show them who's watching what.
Okay.
So that they can know that their breakdown. So they got clarity on that. The AI thing, they completely kind of. I mean, it's a 3-year deal, so it's going to come back up in 3 years. But as it stands right now, studios can't force AI to write scripts and stuff like that, which I think was the biggest thing that they were fighting for. So shout out to them. It worked. You know what I mean?
I just want to know, so are these actors and writers going to stop showing us the residual checks that are small now and be like, oh, we made 64 cents?
I don't know.
I need that to stop.
I think the idea now is that they'll probably be getting more upfront now.
Okay.
Where if the residuals are smaller or small, or they might be bigger, you know, you never know.
Yeah.
We'll see when they show what people are, who's watching what.
I think, to your point, the transparency is the biggest win.
Yes.
And I'm happy about that too. Just because, like, you know, I'm curious as just a consumer, like how many people are watching some of these shows. And
I have cut a lot of cords in the past week. I cut Hulu.
Oh shit, really? Hulu's my shit.
They're going up.
Yeah, they did go up. I use Hulu because I have Hulu TV.
Yeah, okay.
I'm thinking about switching over to YouTube TV. You have that, right?
Yes, I do.
They have like the NFL Sunday shit where you have like 4 screens, 4 games. I'm like, I need to switch soon.
My thing with YouTube TV right now, is that I only watch it on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday.
Why's that?
And because wrestling.
Wrestling.
And now that Raw and the Tuesday show is probably not going to be on USA anymore, it'll only be the Friday show that'll be on YouTube. So I'm like, is it better for me to just get a basic cable plan?
That's what I feel like. Everybody's going back to cable. Like, exactly. Slow. Everyone's talking about cable a little bit more, and I'm like, oh, niggas about to get cable again.
They're going back to. I'm like, I might just get the Spectrum app, and just because I only really. And the thing is like the only other thing I could think about watching is like maybe MTV once in a while to like see trash TV. Yeah. But my wife watches all the fucking Housewives on Peacock, so we're definitely not watching that on regular TV. But I will say, if you are a TV watching person, YouTube TV is the best because of the unlimited DVR.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Unlimited DVR is clutch.
Yeah, so I have Hulu TV. I have everything now, and I don't think I'm going to cut back on anything. I mean, Netflix and fucking Apple TV I get for free through T-Mobile.
Okay.
And then I have Hulu. I have YouTube just premium.
YouTube Premium is never going away.
If you have YouTube TV, do you get YouTube Premium free?
No, it's a separate. It's a separate payment.
Separate apps. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
they're fucking sneaky with that because
you're
not even actually allowed to access your YouTube account from YouTube TV.
Yeah.
So it's like its own separate thing, and that's where I'm like, YouTube TV, or YouTube Premium, I'm never going away from. Like getting hit with 3 ads back to back.
Yeah, I can't do it.
After watching some battle rap, or you watching like a fucking long form video, absolutely the fuck not. And the phone streaming where you can put your phone on sleep and it can still stream is clutch. But it's like to that point, if people are going back to cable, how will that affect what the actors and the writers are getting too? Will it be more because of the cable packages and all that other stuff? Syndication is also will be a bigger deal. But I mean, it's over. It ended at 12:01, like last Tuesday. And I mean, people are getting back to work finally, but I mean, they're not gonna stop picketing. I think that the actors,
the SAG strike is still going on.
The SAG strike still going on. They meet Monday, or from where we're recording now, tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be over by the 15th. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're gonna wrap it all up. It's good to see these deals getting made and not lasting too long. I think TV for the last month, 2 months has been pretty horrible.
Pretty dire.
Yeah. So and I think just there's a lot of shows that are like done with production that's coming out soon, and they're like, yo, we need y'all to promote these shows.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big part of it all too. I'm excited, man. I think, I want to see. I'm happy that they got their deal done, and now I'm excited to see just like what comes of it. Like I just looked up, and there's like a new Netflix movie out with like Justin Timberlake, and you haven't seen that?
Oh, it's called Reptile.
Yeah, Reptile.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really good. I saw the trailer, but I'm like, damn, I didn't even know this was out because no one's talked about it.
Yeah, because they can't promote it. And the thing is, like, they still can't promote it. And it's like, I never thought of it. And I was talking to my our good friend Pat about it yesterday. I was like, I never realized how important it was for a celebrity to tell you to go see my movie.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's the crux of it all, I think.
But I'm like locked in, so I know when this stuff's coming out. Yeah. But like to people like outwardly, they don't know.
Yeah, people. I mean, that's how you promote these movies. That's how people find out about this shit. Like even just scrolling on social media and seeing blah 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 actor post the movie trailer or movie poster.
This has also been in a long time the least visible I have been seeing actors ever. Yeah. Like they are literally, and I think it's cool for them too. They get to live somewhat of a normal life for the next couple of the past couple of weeks. And I think that's also been really interesting to see is that like, yo, like they're not, some of them aren't posting at all.
Yeah, no, and that's good. That's solidarity. That's how a strike should be.
Yeah,
I want to talk to a writer. So now that the deal is done,
I think we can.
Yeah,
I think we can now.
I would love to talk to Justin or Pat or Eric, anyone. Just I want to see their perspective on it all, and I'm just curious about like are there things that they feel like they missed in the deal? Like I just think there's a ton of questions I have on my end since it started. So I would love to just get that perspective.
I feel like the pension is like a major thing because from what I understand, you had to be on a show or a production for X amount of hours to even be considered for that. So for them to be getting that up front on whatever they work on is crazy. Like writers never got pension, which is something I never really realized, or retirement or whatever you want to call it, which is something I never even thought about. Like you think about all the people that give us some of our favorite shows and our favorite movies, and it's like we got better benefits than they do working. You know what I mean?
Hey
like,
man, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
well, not anymore. So shout out to them, B&D, for the writers. Y'all definitely won. Hopefully next week we'll be talking about the actors as well. Yep. But speaking of movies, it's spooky season. I started my October off on Friday by seeing the new Saw movie. And I was in the Saw movie and I was like, damn, yo, what would Josh do if he was in one of these
What number is this? It was a Saw what?
It's the 10th one.
Yeah, I've probably seen 2 Saws in my life.
Which ones? Oh, you probably they all run together.
Know. Yeah, they all the same.
They all run together. What would y'all do if y'all were stuck in a Saw trap?
I mean, I'm getting out. I don't know. Like, I just feel like I'll be seeing these movies. I'll be like, y'all niggas is just stupid.
You have to mutilate yourself to get out of the Saw trap.
Yeah. Well, I'm losing an arm then.
There's one trap in this new one where it was like this chick, and this is like no spoilers. I think some of it's in the trailer or whatever. One of the chicks, she has like a wire, one of these like I forgot what the wire was called. It's like a super sharp wire that cuts through bone.
So chicken wire or whatever it's called?
Might be. It was like, it starts with the F, Fibroci wire or something like that. It's like Italian or something like that.
Can't remember.
So he has it hooked up on a little device or concoction. So if she doesn't, she has to cut her leg and like drain the marrow out of her leg in time, or else it's gonna cut her head off. Like it'll like cut her head off. So I was just like, wow,
it's just stupid.
So she
just like literally, who watches these movies, man?
So like it puts it up to her head like this, and so she has to grab the wire, and it has her leg like kind of cut around that. And I guess like with Jigsaw, like his whole thing is like, in order to like, how important is living to you? Like, how much are you willing to live and change yourself in order to have another moment of your a couple more years of your life? So she has to cut her leg with the wire, cuts it clean off, then has to stick like a little thing in the stump of her leg and drain the marrow. Obviously she doesn't do it in time because she like hesitates for mad long. That's like the big thing in the movie. It's like, for me, it's like, I'm gonna just wait.
I'm gonna just die. All right, that's
I'm
cool.
gonna just wait. That's just
I'ma
dumb.
just- yeah.
Like I did everything I needed to do. Head gets lopped off, but the way that the movie does it, like the wire cuts it like this, like it like cuts it and just cuts her head off. And I was like, damn, yo, would Mark be able to survive this?
That's your first thought watching
Yeah.
all that?
Yeah. Would you do it?
I can honestly tell you, I can't remember. I probably have not seen a single Saw. I've seen Paranormal Activity before I've seen Saw.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is why I'm getting my concealed carry. Shooting my way out of all this shit.
You're not gonna have it.
All right.
They capture
I'm taking
you.
my shit everywhere.
They capture unless you boof it. Like you're not gonna have it.
I'm taking my shit everywhere.
Like
Florida's covered.
They put you in the trap. They put like me and you in the trap, right? And then we in the little room. They put the saw in the middle of us. They say you got to saw your foot off to get out. I can't do that, bro. I don't think I could.
Oh yeah, I'm just going. Yeah, if anybody put me in some type of torture situation, just kill me. I think about that with like the Taliban or like Narcos or something. They're like, "Oh, we gonna kill you if you don't get this." I'm like, just do your job, bro.
Name 5 Tinashe songs. I'll kill your ass.
Come on, man. That's hard.
You can name 5 Tinashe songs.
I can't.
I don't think I
know
could.
1, 2
I don't think I could. I maybe could name 4, and that 5th one I'm dead.
I'm really trying to think of 5 right now. I know 1.
2 on
Yeah, that's 1.
bouncing.
Y'all
I don't know
disrespected
that.
my baby like that, and I
don't know
don't
that.
appreciate that.
All hands on deck. Bet on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
The fact that you are struggling so hard right now is complete
I
disrespect.
mean, I don't really listen to her, so I'm just not a fan.
Yeah, I told you I would get the 4. Those are the 4 that I would jump to. Jigsaw would have murked my ass. I would have got the wire in my neck at that point. Damn, I
Nashe,
really
if
only-
you're listening, this doesn't reflect me. I'm looking at the camera. This doesn't reflect me.
Damn.
Nashe,
Yo,
just know
do I
that.
know 5? Hold on. Do I know 5? Isn't one of her songs Aquarius?
That's the album.
No, she has a song.
There might be a title track.
It's
There might be a title track.
It's the title track, I think. Hold on. She does have a song called Aquarius. I know Bet on it. That was cool. Tinashe Aquarius. Yeah, it's a song. I got 5.
Unbelievable.
I got 5. What, you know 5. That's because you horned up over Tinashe. I think that's really what it is.
Why can't I just like the music? Same thing with Victoria Monet. Oh, you just like Jaguar too because you horned. Why can't I just like the music?
You horned up.
Horned up is a great way to put it.
You horned up.
Niggas can be horned and still appreciate good music.
Mark, but here's the thing. We see what you type about every single day. You know what I'm saying?
What do
the
I type?
mark that you
What?
portray?
What does that have to do with me
Josh
liking
knows
music?
it. I know it. The mark that you portray on this show, we know about you now. We know
You
about
saying
you.
I portray something else that's not me? Then what's me?
Don't make me expose you to the folks that don't know you.
Oh my gosh.
People want to know me. You gotta tell them.
You horned up, bro, over Tinashe. That's why you probably know 15 songs. I'm dead after 15.
Because I appreciate the artistry.
What artistry?
So I mean, hey,
Do she got 15 songs?
Yes.
All right. I don't remember none of them, but
I know 1, 2 on.
2 on
If you would have said 2 on remix, I would have been so pissed.
2 on remixes too, technically.
Oh yeah, I know 3 because didn't Drake do a freestyle?
Wasn't
Drake
it the
and-
white
Yeah,
boy?
him
Wasn't it
and
the white
Obi
boy?
O'Brien.
Yeah, the
they
white
got-
boy.
What
Yeah.
happened to him?
You don't even see him no more.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's OVO no more.
Every single like plus size model that I ever like look at on Instagram, he follows them already.
Obi O'Brien.
Yeah.
Obi
That's
O'Brien?
random.
He knows all of them. Yeah. He like, I'm like, damn, she let
It's a
Obi
good-
O'Brien hit?
It's a good week for Obi O'Brien. I mean, nothing was the same as 10 years ago on the 24th.
Why is that a good week for him? He
That was his era.
He ain't write no fucking raps on that shit.
He was doing the joints. The Chappelle and Spike Lee joint.
If that's what he gonna tell his kids in a couple years, then that is what it is. So y'all literally is gonna job out to the saw traps.
Yeah, I'm good on the salt.
Oh yeah,
I'll
but
just
yeah,
stop.
Bowman's.
You ain't cutting a leg off just to possibly meet Tinashe one day.
Nigga, you think I like blood like that? I don't even like needles, let alone me cutting my damn leg off.
He's gonna hit you over and say, Mark, I like to play a game.
Come on.
Since you love being horned up, strap your fucking not gonna say that. Listen,
strap my piece up to a damn log and he spins this shit around. Or I die. The fuck out of here, nigga.
I was gonna say strap your
Just
joint
kill
up.
me.
Strap your
Fuck out of
joint
here,
up.
nigga. I'm getting a fate.
You gotta put it under like a little vice or some shit.
And I can't think about shit or else the shit grows and then the shit expands. Hell no. Just give me my fate.
Oh my god! But listen, man. Before we get out of here, there's like a exercise I wanted to do. I think it'd be really cool, and I think it would be dope if we did it on the show. Walk with me.
All right, let's see where this is going.
All right, we trusting you. As soon as we hear walk with you, the alarms are going up. So, all right, we walking.
Walk with me, Josh. Like
No, Sergeant.
Josh don't want to walk.
You just told him to cut his leg off.
I listen. I'm back. I haven't been on the show for a minute.
All right.
You guys haven't gotten one of my cockamamie ideas in a while. You know what I mean? I did hip hop trivia. You guys liked it.
Little pause worthy, but all right.
Cockamamie?
Come on.
Cockamania is pause.
No, it's not.
All right, keep it going, man.
Listen, man, it's something I want to know. It's something I want to know. I feel like I we always kind of breaking boundaries, breaking barriers on here. So I want you guys. We're all gonna do this. I want you guys to close your eyes. All right, close your eyes. No cheating, Josh. Eyes open. I don't have anything. I'm gonna fucking pull out or anything. Close your eyes.
All right, man. What's going on?
And I want you guys to go back to a time when you were a child. Okay. Let me know when you're there.
All right.
Here.
So do you see yourself there?
Yep.
You see yourself, Josh?
Man, continue.
Eyes closed. I just want you to go along with this. All right. You see your child. I want you to imagine yourself as the child.
Okay.
And when you imagine yourself as your child, look at your adult self. Look at who you are right now. You could be, wearing anything.
Is my adult self walking into the room right now?
You could be. It could be.
Okay.
What would, as your child self, what would you say to your adult self? Keep your eyes closed.
My child self.
Cool
what would
guy
I
right
say
there.
to the adult self?
Yeah, what would you say to your adult self?
I want to be that guy when I grow up.
Go on. Mark, what would you say to your adult self? Eyes closed.
What would I say to my adult self? So should I explain what my child self is doing right now?
Go ahead, yeah, for sure. By all means. I mean,
He's definitely in front of the TV. He's playing one of the SmackDown games. My childhood ring is to the right of me.
yeah.
This other what used to be to the left of me? I think like a couch,
Okay.
and then my
That's vivid.
computer is to the right of me as well. My entire childhood setup. I'd probably tell my adult self, what would I tell my adult self? Damn. Probably see, there's a couple of things I can tell
Don't
myself. I can tell
politician
myself-
market. What would you say? Stop thinking about it, just say it.
All right, I'm going to tell myself this setup to the right of me is going to make me a lot of bread.
Yeah.
I think that might be it. I would tell myself I hope we stick with what I got with this setup, because this setup is, I feel like this setup is going to make me a lot of bread.
I thought this was the
This is
kid
the other way
talking
around.
to the
It's the other way around, Mark.
Is the kid talking to the adult?
Yes.
I could feel that way as a kid.
No,
even
you
though I
couldn't,
don't know it
'cause
at the time.
The
no,
kid's
no,
not-
the kid. You're not the adult self. The adult self is not going to have the setup, Mark. What are you talking about?
No, I had it set up as a kid.
So the kid's
The
gonna be
kid-
like, "This is gonna make me a lot of money, right?"
Yeah, that's what I'm asking myself. Yeah, I'm asking my adult self. Like, I feel like this is going to make me some bread.
I can open my eyes for this.
My eyes are still closed.
Mark, only you would completely blow this.
So what are y'all saying to yourself?
Where it's your kid self talking to your adult self.
Kid stuff. is
Okay,
gonna
so
say,
what is
cool
y'all
shoes.
kids saying to your adult
like,
self?
the kid self is gonna tell Mark, yeah, man, this shit's gonna make you a lot of money one day. How would the kid self know that?
Not necessarily. I'm not telling my adult self, but I feel like it is. I hope it is.
What are you telling your adult self as the kid?
What are you
Mark?
telling your adult self as the kid?
Nah, I'm
Mark?
just curious.
Nah, y'all, it's y'all turn, because I already said
No,
mine.
you
It's y'all
didn't.
turn.
I told
I
you what my
did.
kid. The kid gonna say, "Nice shoes. You look cool." That's all he's gonna say.
So as an adult looking at the kid self, I guess not you, Mark. What would, because I guess the kid and the adult have the same fucking ideas here. What would your adult self say to your kid self?
Save your money.
Okay.
Don't spend your money on anything. Save it all.
Why would you say that to your
Oh, I think about this a lot. Like as I'm grown, I'm like, man, if I just like saved all the money I spent on like bullshit, like there's like a lot of bullshit I just was buying as a kid. Like I'm just like, yo, if I just save that money, I'm good now, but I'll be even better. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. That's something I want to impart on. Just I don't talk to my nephews about this all the time. I'm like, just save your money, bro. Like,
yeah.
Spending money on, drugs and clothes and all that shit that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. You look back at it a month removed, 6 months removed, a year removed, and you be like, why did I buy that?
Do you regret?
Oh, no, I don't regret it at all. But I just think if I had the foresight, I would save my money.
Okay. Mark?
So you're telling your adult self save your money?
No. You got this all fucked up. I'm telling my kids self save.
Oh, you're telling the kids self save your money. Okay.
Yo, I swear to God.
Mark is terrible, man.
I swear to God, bro.
How are you getting this confused?
How are you getting this confused?
It's not confused. I'm
yes,
making
you
sure.
are. I'm gonna let the listeners get on you about this. But Mark, what would your adult self, you as in like in this moment right now, say to your kid self?
Okay, what am I gonna say to my kid self? I would probably say, don't lose everything that's around here as far as like my interests in everything that makes me. I had a lot of things around me as a kid that made me happy, and thankfully I haven't lost them. So I would just ensure myself to make sure that I don't lose, I guess, my inner child, I guess people refer it to as.
Okay, that's good. And when you talk about like your inner child, like what do you think you take the most from looking at yourself then? Like do you like good or bad? Like what do you take from in that moment the most?
Inner child wise, I think music was really important to me then. I definitely wasn't the time that I'm thinking around right now is probably like 2001, 2002. So I definitely wasn't as big of a fan of music. At that time, I definitely knew a lot of it. My mom played a lot of music. My dad played a lot of music. But as far as like being a student of it, that didn't happen for another like 4 years or so.
From that moment that you're thinking of right now.
Say it again?
From that moment that you're in right now.
Yeah, exactly. So it would mainly be like sports, gaming, wrestling. Okay. Those are the things that are really like my inner child. And usually when people grow up, people either lose their way out of sports or they say, wrestling was something that I really liked as a kid, or gaming, I can't really do that anymore. I'm 30, I got 2 kids. I can't really do that anymore. And, there's things they really liked. And these things can still be, fed, I guess you would say, even as you continue to be an adult. So you don't necessarily have to throw it away. There's different ways that you can indulge in these types of things. It definitely does keep you youthful. So I'd probably tell it to my kid self. Don't lose your inner child.
But your kid self would have the foresight to know that the things around him would make him money and would tell your adult self that, though, right?
Even as a 10-year-old, I knew, sticking with the shit that I learned in 5th grade would probably pay off in the next 20 years. I knew that.
That's cap.
But okay, that's fine. That's your interpretation of the situation.
Open your eyes.
That's your interpretation of the situation. You know what I'm saying?
It's not my interpretation.
Well, sure. Hold on. You can do yours.
I think that, and I did this exercise before.
Yeah, you brought it from therapy here. Yeah. I know you did.
I did that exercise before. I just wanted to know what you guys thought, because like I did it and like I thought about it and I was like, damn, like I really want to know what my friends would do in the situation. You know what I mean? Like I thought it was cool. I did this like a month ago though, but I think that when I looked at like my adult self, I would be proud of myself. I think. From like where I was at that situation to now, and I when I looked at like my kid self, I thought about, and this goes along my Japan trip, and that's why I was thinking about it during my Japan trip. And again, like, I do this to not only like learn about myself, but to learn about you guys too. You know what I mean? Like I think it's cool to like take what I learned, and I think that it was like that feeling of like perfectionism, but also that feeling of things not being enough. Like I think that I told my kid self, like, you're gonna have everything that you ever wanted, right? And you're still not gonna be happy about it. You know what I mean? So it's like I took that, and I was like, when I was in Japan, I was like, I'm gonna do all of these things and it's gonna be enough for me. Like I said earlier, like it's just enough for them. And I took that away from my trip there, and I was like, no, like this was just what I wanted. Like I even though I wanted to do more, I feel like I did just like everything that I wanted to do, and I'm happy about it. And like I left there like really happy, and I took from that a lot of things. And you guys imparted a lot of knowledge to me too by doing this exercise with me. I thought it meant a lot.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. It was great. It was one of my cockamamie ideas.
Cockamamie pause.
It's not a pause. It's
Very much a pause.
It is not a pause. Okay, so BlkPrint Radio is coming up. I think I'm going to call Justin Hillian so we can talk.
Let's do it.
Let's call up Justin Hillian. I think I'm going to hit him up. He's probably listening to the show like, this nigga call me yet? I'm going to text you right after this. But see if you can do it. He might be back to work. I don't know. If not him, I think I want to get my homie Jeff J on the show. So
Okay.
we'll see one of them because he popped into the chat and I was like, damn, man, I never asked him about his jobs, all of his jobs. So I'm gonna try to get those people on the show. We got B-sides coming up this week. New episode of Recut Gems, hilarious episode. Mark, you're a fucking fool. You're also you lost. All right, I just want to say that right now. You lost.
I can't believe these types of. I have to be careful in speaking sports on Recut Gems. This is the second time this year that I've jinxed something.
Yeah, you did, and
almost jinxed.
And now A+ about to take his pound of flesh out of Josh's wallet.
Why?
Man.
What happened with Plus and Josh?
I'll just place the bet with him. So I'm looking at right now.
Plus doesn't have a good record of bets, and nor do you. So I don't know why y'all doing this.
Hey man, FanDuel, shout out to y'all.
Like Plus has had to cut his hair because of a bet.
Oh shit, that's terrible.
Yeah. So this is who you're betting with, and then you've already lost the bet. You lost the KD bet.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And the Tatum bet.
I would have started swinging after that bet, bro.
Fuck KD. Well, shout out to KD, man. Fuck fucking Steph Curry.
Oh man, but listen, thank you guys for listening. This has been I'm so glad to be back. It was a great break, and we roll into the end of the year into Q4, and we got more stuff coming. October's gonna be a funny month, and I want to talk more about it on B-sides. So we're gonna talk about it on B-sides. So we'll talk to you guys later. If you're on Patreon, B-sides comes out on Thursday, and yeah, thank you guys for listening to BlkPrint. We'll see you guys later. You two on the screen, you guys out there listening. Peace out.
Peace.